Hey, listen, Coach T here with you real fast. I wanted to come in and share this quick word with y'all while I have a few minutes. I put my windows down today so my phone don't get overheated because it be acting crazy sometimes. What's going on? Happy Wealth Day Wednesday. It's actually Wealth Day Wednesday. But look, I wanted to share with y'all a little quick message that the Lord gave me revelation on this morning. And I think I was just recently talking to y'all about this. So I want to say a quick little word, and let y'all go about y'all day. All right. And so y'all remember, I think it was either last week or maybe the week before, I was telling y'all about, I had a little situation that had happened where I was being attacked as a Christian woman, like somebody that, was real close and dear to me, had really was coming for me. And I was trying to figure out what this had came from, I'm fully aware now. If I have never been before, I am so fully aware now that anytime that you are on an assignment and you're doing something for the kingdom in any type of measurement, you will be attacked. And that is one of the key signs that you know that you are on the right track, right? That is the key signs. Like I said, the Retreat Her has been an assignment all by itself. Outside of me being a mental health wife coach, outside of me being a wife, outside of me being a mother, outside of me being an individual, Retreat Her has its own separate assignment. And one of the things I had really been trying to ask God to just give me clarity on what was the reason for Retreat Her, how this all even came about. I'm normally working with the wife, God. Now you got me working with a whole lot of women, a whole lot of different personalities, a whole lot of different things that I have ran into has been so challenging. I was just really trying to figure this out. And one of the things that has kept coming to me is, your position and the different things that I have allowed you to go through and the different, territories I have allowed you, to go in and out of. You don't just have the training with just, as a businesswoman, but you also have the training as a woman who has, worked in the church. You have the training where you have seen, hands-on how ministry go, how, these types of things go. And so I wanted you to come and be able to kind of share both worlds, put it together, and allow people to know that deliverance can also happen in other places outside of the four walls of the church, right? And so one of the greatest things and greatest revelations I've gotten from God has been that I want you to show people Christ outside of the church. I want people to be able to see that you can be delivered, you can be set free outside of the church. That I want people to be able to see that Jesus Christ is outside of just the four walls of the church. And so the Retreat Her has really just been that new assignment that God has just given me for women, from women. And because my area of specialty has been, women just really taking care of themselves and making sure that they are self-caring for their well-being, self-caring for themselves, prioritizing and protecting their mental health, their emotional health, their spiritual health and physical health. God had just put it all together in, one big platform where I want you to serve women in this area. All right. I want you to serve women in this area. So, with all that being said, I wanted to just share with you, like I said, the young person that, I was speaking with, kind of had, came and attacked me, and the Lord gave me this. I received a message about 2 a.m. this morning from that very person, right? From that very person, that I had shared with you that had attacked my character, like I mentioned, as a Christian woman. And they sent me a message that came from out of Acts chapter 16, verses 16 to 40. All right. Now, this is the story of Paul and Silas, who had been thrown in prison for doing the work of the Lord, and then having the option to leave once they began praising and worshiping, right? At midnight, y'all know that, they start praising and worshiping, and the doors of the jail, was open. All right. But their assignment was not completed. All right. Their assignment was not completed. And I think, like I said, I mentioned, I mentioned sharing that with you guys about, about me being attacked. But also I remember sharing with you guys before, back when there was a time where I had an opportunity where I could have literally walked away from my marriage. There has been several times, on my journey where I've had opportunities where I could have walked away from my marriage. I had put a whole plan together. I had a whole exit strategy of leaving. But I did not feel that release. I did not feel that release in my spirit. And so I remember at, one point God had shared with me that, the assignment really doesn't count. It really doesn't count until you don't want to do it anymore. Like the assignment, it really is not, fulfilled until you get to a place on your journey where, like, I don't want to do this, right? Like, I don't want to do that. And by this time, like, yeah, I didn't want to do it, but I had not gotten to that place where I wasn't like fully like, I don't want to do this, but I definitely got to a point where I was like, I was tired. I was done. I was over it. And then that was when God kind of like, put me back in and was like, it really doesn't count until you don't want to do it. Like, that's when the assignment really begins, when you really don't want to do it. All right. And so basically the story just highlights the option that these men had. It highlights the option these men had to leave a hard situation, but instead decided to stay, right? They had an option to leave the situation. And as a result, prisoners were affected. The jailer and the jailer's entire family was saved, right? People were saved because of their results to stay. Listen, you have to understand, God does not have you in that hard place, in that hard position, doing this hard thing for nothing. I always tell my wife clients, your pain is not going to go in vain. All right. Your pain is not going to go in vain. And this is one of the reasons why I always highlight for wives to go through their journey in the most healthiest way. Because if there are two sides to this, right? There are two sides to this. Y'all know I share this with y'all as well. There's a way that you can go and you can be bitter, you can be angry, you can be mad, you can be you can be all those types of things, or you can yield to God's plan and walk with him. Does not mean that it's going to make it any easier, but if you allow the Holy Spirit to order and direct your steps, if you allow God to change you, one of the things I always share with my coaches, my wives, if you allow God the opportunity to change you, the results are perfect, right? Wife, you are not bound. You are assigned. You are not bound. So many people feel like, oh, I'm staying in this marriage and I don't want to do this and this and that. You got to figure out what your assignment is in that place. You got to figure out what your assignment is. You are not bound in a unhealthy marriage. God is not keeping you bound in that marriage. If he has you there, he has you there on assignment, and you need to figure out what that assignment is. All right. People may persecute you for staying, but God has a way of revealing to those very people. Come on, Jesus. He has a way of revealing to those very people what he has assigned you to do. The one thing that this person kept saying to me was, you always talking about your assignment. You always talking about your assignment. You always talking about your assignment. And the video that she had shared with me was specifically the person talking about the assignment that Paul and Silas had to be in that jail, even though they had an option to exit, even though they had an option to leave. Listen, wives, I want to encourage you. Declare today that I am still here because God has assigned me to be. I am still here because God has assigned me to be. I am not bound to this. I am not bound to this. I am simply being obedient. I'm simply doing what the things that God has called me to do. All right. Listen, do not get discouraged by what others are seeing. Do not get discouraged about what others are, what others may think of you. Do not get discouraged about, what people may think of you. Listen, I've been telling y'all over and over again how, this whole retreat hurt has been so challenging. And sometimes people question, they question your ability of doing things. They question, do you even know what you're doing? They question, why are you here? They're questioning, are you sure you're supposed to be going to, they question those things. And you have to be so confident in your God, knowing that I'm here because God has assigned me to be here. I didn't ask for this on my own. I didn't come to this place on my own. I am here solely because God has chosen me to be here. And if God has chosen you to be in a place, I want to encourage you, be there. Declare it today. I am here because I am obeying the instructions of the Lord. I am here because I'm doing what God has asked of me to do. I'm here specifically for that reason. Don't let people All right, try to down you. Okay, don't let people try to take away your assignment. Don't let people try to take away what God has given you. Don't let people try to talk you out of something that you know specifically God has told you to. Don't let people try to religion you. Come on, Jesus, and use the religion words and say, "Are you sure? And are you this? And are you that?" Don't let people do that. Don't let people try to talk you out of an assignment that you know God has called you to. Complete the job until full completion. Complete it until the job is done. Do not allow people to talk you out of it. You are not bound. You are assigned. You are not bound. You are assigned. You are not bound. You are assigned. I want to encourage you to go back and read the story of Acts chapter, what is it? Acts chapter 16 verses 16 and 40. Go back and read that story for yourself and see what the revelation that God gives you concerning your situation. In the meantime, I want to encourage you to go and get your retreat her tickets. If you have not got your tickets, go and get your tickets today. Go ahead and secure your spot today. Go ahead and make a decision today that I'm going to be in the room. I want to be in the building because God has something to say to you, right? God has something that he specifically want to say to you. And he has something to say to you because he wants to release you from it so that you can go on and finish moving forward and doing his assignments. All right. So that you can move on and finish doing the assignments that he has called you to. Wife, you are not bound only to your marriage. You're not bound to your marriage. Even with God having you in that marriage, you're not bound to it. You are there because God has assigned you to it. You have every biblical reason to leave. The doors have been open. You have opportunities. You have biblical reasons to exit out of that marriage. Yet and still, you know that God has called you to. And God has called you to stay. It's something that he's trying to work out in you. It's something that he's trying to show you. It's something that he's trying to do in you. Get the assignment. Pass. Complete it. Come to completion. Come to the retreat. Figure out what it is that you need to release. Let God speak to you during this time. Let God, and this is really, really what a sunflower ceremony is coming in. You just really, my prayer for the ones who are, coming to the sunflower ceremony, the sunflower ceremony is really for them to come with, a place of, of surrenderance, for God to just, they come with a surrender heart, and that God would just really, really move in their hearts and speak to women during that time. That is my prayer for the ones that are coming to the sunflower, to the sunflower ceremony, for God to move in their hearts and speak a word directly to them so that they know what it is that I need to be doing next. What is next for me on this journey? Go get your tickets today. You can sign up at Retreat. You can go to Eventbrite, go to the link below, go to Eventbrite, get your tickets today, secure your your rooms. Also, you still have up until March 27th, but again, the rooms are on they're limited. They are limited. They only giving me a handful of rooms for the room block. So go ahead and secure your tickets today. Get in the room, get in the building, take this little divine getaway and see what it is. Begin asking God right now, Lord, what it is that you want me to get from this retreat. Lord, what it is, why do I need to be in the room? What it is that you want me to gain from this? What it is that you're trying to show me? Like I said, this is not just about coming and being pampered and enjoyment. Yes, you're going to get all those things. We're going to do all those things. We're going to celebrate. We're going to dance. We're going to pamper you. We're going to, have some fun things there for you to do. But it's also an opportunity for you to get in alignment, for you to rebuild yourself, for you to get refocused, for you to get back on track with where God wants you to go, and you know what your next steps are as you continue to move on this journey. Wise women, this is the hour. This is the season for you to retreat yourself. Go purchase your tickets today. For my wives who are still in a position where they're trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do about my marriage? Am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to be on this journey? Am I supposed to be, continue? I want to encourage you. Sign up today for your consultation. You can do so at www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com, or you can get my e-course. And follow those steps. It's a 30-day strategy that I give wives to follow. Go through those steps so you can hear from God yourself and know exactly what he is saying to you. You are not bound. You are simply a sign. All right. I would encourage you to have a good rest of your day. Listen, go do something for yourself today. All right. It's Wealth Day Wednesday, Wife Day Wednesday, Woman Day Wednesday. Go do something for yourself. And I'll see y'all on the other side. Blessings.